Hey everybody, this is Charlie from Charlie Cobra Reviews, and this is our review for It Stains the Sands Red. Now, this movie was not what it was hyped up to be. I was wondering from the beginning how they were going to make a zombie movie about one lone zombie interesting, and I give them props for trying, but I did not like the majority of this movie. I hated the main character, Molly, at first. To me, she was really annoying, and the movie made it easy to dislike her. She seemed like your average party girl. Her character grew on me, though, as through the movie and her character development, she began to show depth and dimensions to her character as she goes through many ordeals trying to survive. For me personally, though, this movie never really got scary for it being a horror movie, and I don't think it could be with the majority of it only having one zombie. For me, it's not really a numbers game when it comes to zombie horror, but overwhelming odds do lend to set the tone and atmosphere of it being the end of the world and sense of hopelessness for the characters. Still, this movie wasn't horrible for what it was, but to me, it only got good at the very end of the film, like the last 30 minutes. I give this movie a 4 out of 10 because though it has elements of a good film and is a decent zombie movie for being an indie film, it's a below average zombie movie that doesn't deliver on a lot of the zombie film necessities. From this point on, it will be the spoiler section of this review. Now, this movie was a real letdown for how it was hyped up by critics and movie reviewers. I mean, I don't know why I let myself get excited when the premise is that the main character is dealing with one lone zombie. You know, the main character, Molly, was also a character that I initially saw as annoying and hard to empathize with, so it made most of the movie hard to watch. The special effects or movie makeup for the zombie wasn't that well done either, for it being one zombie, so that also stopped me from being fully immersed in the movie. There were times where I hated this character for being so stupid and never making good decisions or right choices in her survival. For being in the desert, she drinks her water way too fast and never thinks about rationing it. She almost gets bit while stopping to do cocaine, and she almost gets bit for going back for a bottle of vodka. And she ultimately gets bit for wanting to keep the zombie with her after she grows attached to it. Still, as the movie went on and as the character Molly dealt with her ordeals, one after the other, I couldn't help but want to root for her survival. To me, really, the film only got better at the end when she gets to the airfield. As the movie had been going, she spoke to the zombie and we learned more about her, which made it easier to understand her motivations, and that she had a child that she had abandoned to be raised by her sister. Now that she has been through some things, she wants to survive and get to this child so she can protect them. And that's when her attitude changes, and she's not going to let anything stop her. To me, though, it was too little too late, and the way the movie ended was a big disappointment as well, just when it was getting good. I have to give this movie a 4 out of 10. While there were parts that were good and some decent zombie scenes at the end, the majority of the movie was a bore, as the character monologues to a singular zombie the whole time, and eventually tames or domesticates it, taking away the fear that it's ever going to eat her. So way below average zombie movie. Thanks again for taking time out of your busy day to check out this review. Remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. This was movie number 10 of our 31 Days of Halloween movie challenge, so stay tuned for the next scary movie review, and remember to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.